this guy might be the best switch hitter I've ever seen. What do you think makes him special as a fighter?
Him and Andre Ward, to be fair about it. Andre Ward's pretty good. He can switch around pretty good, too. And, you know, had that great amateur background, both of them. Andre, of course, won the gold medal, but he's probably the best switch hitter I've ever seen, to be honest.
What do you think makes him special as a fighter?
His instincts. He's the most instinctual fighter I've ever seen in my life. He's got an innate ability to just, like Cus D'Amato, my mentor, used to say, and I think he was the best boxing guy ever, but that's obviously my prejudice. But he used to say, the great ones make it up as they do it. They just create it as they do it, kind of like a Jimi Hendrix on the guitar, playing it upside down. You know, or a Bobby Fischer looking at a chessboard, seeing moves that nobody else sees. Or Louis Armstrong hitting notes that weren't even invented on the horn yet. This man does that. He hits his own notes. He creates it as he does it. He's got the greatest instincts I've ever seen.
My next question is for the both.
Greatest instincts you've ever seen.
Ever.
Wow.
My next question is for the both of you. When I think about him, Teddy, I'll ask you this question. Because I love mega fights. As much as I'm associated with basketball and love basketball, I don't think there's anything greater than a major, major fight. Who would you love to see him against most? And who would you love to go against most, ideally?
I want to see him against Spence. You know, I mean, I hope Spence comes back and he's 100%. You know, God willing, he will. And mentally, too, because after an accident like that where you see your life pass in front of you, and his life passed in front of him when you flip a car going like that, you hope that mentally, emotionally, he can come back from that, not just physically. But I would like to see 100% Spence against 100% Crawford. I'd love to see that because that would be size, strength, will against skill, instincts, and he's got some will, too.
Your ideal opponent?
Whoever everybody else want me to fight, I'm taking them all. I don't handpick them. I just fight them.
See, that's so cocky, man, because, I mean, that's why that level of confidence is what is when you talk about instincts, that's usually a fighter who's on top will survey the landscape and say, that guy's different. You know, I'm going to have to prove it against that guy. You don't see anyone out there like that? You think you're on your own level?
Well, there's people out there like that, but my thing is, once we fight and they don't amount to the expectations that everybody put them on, then it's like, oh, man, that fight wasn't all what I thought it would be.
I read a quote recently where you talked about you were you've proven more than the other welterweights, like in the PBC, right? In various weight classes, but at 147 pounds, because they get to fight each other. We've seen Spence and Porter. And even though everyone thought, oh, Spence is going to beat Porter up in a good fight. No, it didn't happen that way. Like, until you actually fight the guys, we don't know. We just suspect. So what does it mean to you to not have those fights available yet at 47?
That's the thing, you know, what I tell people. At 47, yeah, you can say that I haven't proven myself to the point where everybody like, all right, well, he's the number one guy in the division. But as a whole, my whole career, me moving up 2 different weight classes and becoming world champion at 147, my first fight at 147, I feel like I know I've proven more in my career than any of those fighters have. None of those fighters have moving up in weight in multiple championships, 2-time lineal champion, undisputed champion, fighter of the year, ESPN.
That's why you're number 1 pound for pound.
I can go on and on. That's what I mean when I say I didn't proven more in my career.
Well, listen, he's number 1 in the world. You're number 1 pound for pound. I don't think anybody will question that. But forgive me for being a little troublemaker here, people, because I'm going to bring up this name. Now, he hasn't fought. Max was talking to me about him the other day, said, Stephen A., he ain't trying to fight nobody but UFC fighters and stuff like that. I said, no. Floyd Money Mayweather did go on social media and announce that he would be coming out of retirement in 2020.
You think Floyd's going to fight?
That's why I'm going to ask him. Now, I know what your answer was, but he's, excuse me, that's why I was going to ask him, and I was going to ask him, do you think that Floyd Money Mayweather would come out of retirement, not the first fight of it, but you think he'll come out of retirement and fight fighters like yourself? Do you believe he will? Do you believe he will?
No, because is that quick enough? Because Floyd is tremendous fighter in his time.
Right.
Tremendous. And he doesn't need me to say that. And a tremendous defensive fighter. But he's always been a great manager. A real smart manager, a guy that's a great handicapper, a great matchmaker. Right. He picks his spots really well. When sometimes people think
what are you trying to say?
He's not going to pick this spot.
Okay, and you believe that? You don't believe that he would pick you?
Nah.
And
Nor
we're
should
not,
he. By the way, Stephen
we're
A.,
not
why should
taking
he have
nothing
to
away.
fight?
Listen, we're not
Why
taking
should
nothing.
Floyd have to fight this guy?
We're not taking nothing.
People.
We're not taking nothing away
Excuse
from
me.
Floyd.
Nobody is
He's
saying.
42 years
I'm
old.
not-
Right, he's
I'm talking about-
42, bro.
excuse me. I'm not sitting up there and saying what the
If
brother
you're
should
Floyd,
do. I'm
at
saying,
42,
what are y'all
are
trying
you
to? Are
coming
y'all trying
back?
to say that
Are you
Floyd Money
coming
Mayweather
back
is scared
and you're
to
picking him?
come back and fight?
We're not saying scared. We're saying smart, like you.
Would you want Pacquiao or Mayweather?
I'll take Pacquiao
Why?
because I always wanted to fight him.
Okay.
You know, and I felt like he ran.
Okay. And he ran from you?
Hey,
I asked a direct question.
Hey.
Are you saying Manny Pacquiao ran from you?
you
That
heard what
fight
I
was
said.
available. They were the same promoter, and it didn't happen.
What, you his manager? You his promoter? You come, he can't answer the question.
I recall the era.
I'm just asking. He's the best in the world. I want to know from him.
So if you think about it, he fought Algieri,
Okay.
Ruslan Pavagnikov,
Okay.
Tim Bradley, and that was it.
Right. Okay. All right. I got you.
He fought somebody else when he had the opportunity to fight me, and he didn't want to fight me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.